back to the channel, and in today's video we're doing a recap and review of Temptation Island Season 3 Episode 5, Three's Company. So if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash that like button, and also drop a comment down in the comment section below because I like to engage with my viewers and subscribers. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. So this is where the guys were on their way over to the bonfire, and we definitely see Kendall, repeatedly mentioning how they have no rules, so he could do whatever he wanted. And, no doubt that no rules clause is gonna definitely be something that Kendall bring up when he get a chance to talk to Erica at the end of the season. But this is where the time where, of course, they meet up with Mark. So the first person that's up to see, the video at the bonfire is Corey. And this is where Corey watched Aaron tell Shaquille how she likes the fact that he makes her laugh and that, he knew when she was hurting. And of course, Shaquille shared, that his openness will give him a leg up over Corey. And after seeing that, Corey agreed and said he doesn't open up because that would make him look weak. Corey also mentioned that he felt like he was a failure compared to the success that his parents have had. And of course, Mark rightly, he told Corey that type of thinking wasn't helping him but hindering his progress. And honestly, we need Mark to actually have his own, podcast show or something, because he definitely knows how to give great advice when he's talking to the couples at these bonfires. So next up is Kendall, and what Kendall get to see is a clip of Jesse mentioning that Kendall was crazy for telling Erica she gave 100% in their relationship and he only gave back 60%. And with Kendall seeing that, he did agree with Mark's assessment that Erica was trying to be someone that she's not in order to please him. Kendall also said to Mark that he was open to finding true love on the island with someone else too. So it seems that he is definitely applying the no rules clause, and the fact that he is definitely diving in deep into this experience or experiment or whatever they call this in regards to the show. Because, it really didn't faze him what he was actually seeing and what the conversation was with the guys about him. It seems more of him trying to just experience the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes. So next we have Julian, and he was watching the clip of Kristen, and he was annoyed that Kristen said that her dad would be mad once he saw Julian's behavior on the show. Julian told Mark he's been respectful during his time on the island. So, although that's true, Julian has said many times that he would be fine if Kristen decided to leave him. So that's the part that I think that, they take these clips from different things that each of the couples are doing on the show, and then, of course, show them at the bonfire and expect to get an emotional reaction from them. And obviously, whatever clip that she saw, it definitely motivated her, meaning Kristen, to say what she said, which was, the whole thing about leaving. If, Kristen would leave him, he would be fine with it. So, obviously, that definitely took him back a little bit by what he saw. The question is, are you truly in or are you truly out, Julian? So we'll see. Now, Thomas's turn. Thomas watched Tom Triola kiss Chelsea on the cheek. And, the thing is, it's kind of similar to what we saw when Sophia kissed Thomas on the cheek. And it definitely had him feeling some kind of way, because what he said to Mark was that all of the guys over at the girls' villa are putting them down, as he called it, dirty macking. And he was surprised that Chelsea didn't see this for what it was. And he also added that if Chelsea doesn't want a flirty guy at the end of the day, then they probably just won't work out. So, I don't know too many women or men who want their partners to be extra flirty with other people. I don't get that idea. I don't know about what you guys think. Let me know. But obviously, Tom is not willing to change, or Thomas is not willing to change because, I mean, seriously, who wants to be around somebody who's going to flirt with other people in front of you, behind your back, and then you supposed to be okay with that? I don't get it. So they get ready to leave the bonfire. What we see is something, an interesting conversation that happens inside the car or the vehicle. As they left, Julian and Kendall is talking to Thomas that Chelsea was being a hypocrite for accusing him of flirtatious behavior, but then turn around flirting with Tom. The thing is, there's a difference. It's one thing to be at home doing what Thomas is doing, but they're on Temptation Island. So, yeah. So the girls also got back from their bonfire, and Erica was chipper. Seemed like she was fine after watching Kendall behavior on the video that she saw. And, it seems like the reality is that Erica was definitely suppressing her feelings and emotions, which probably is something that she's been doing throughout her entire relationship with Kendall. But, for now, they just decided to have some fun and go outside and party with the guys. And this is where we now see Chelsea having some conversation with Aaron, how she really liked Tom, but she didn't want to ruin her relationship with Thomas if she does something with him. And, Aaron, she just came out and told Chelsea, go for it, but, Chelsea was unconvinced. I don't think she, want to move that quick. That's the purpose of it. Are you going to be tempted or not? So, later, Chelsea is out dancing with one of the guys in front of Tom. And this is where Tom is now having a conversation with Erica that she was his number one pick and not Chelsea. Wow. She gets between Blake and now Tom. These guys are all over the place. But that whole thing gets interesting with Blake too, which we'll see in a little bit. But it seems that Erica figured he wasn't genuine. He's just saying this because he sees Chelsea off dancing with somebody else. So now we have Kristen, who is confided in Griffin that even if Julian passed this test, she still won't trust him. Okay, so if you have trust issues, either process these or just move on. So now we have Kendall, and he's having a conversation where he's teasing Alexis that she might not be going back home to Los Angeles, but back to his city instead. And then, of course, Alexis admitted she never opened up and had feelings with someone so soon like she's having with Kendall. But I think she needs to think about, everything that's going on, especially being that he has a girlfriend, meaning Erica. Meanwhile, we see Erica couldn't hold herself together any longer. She broke down in front of Kristen and shared how she feels humiliated. Erica said she didn't understand how someone was capable of hurting her like this, and that Kendall's behavior was unjustifiable, and she just don't know how she's going to excuse it. Just simple. But the thing is, he's going to use the no rules thing. And that's why, if you're going to go on this show, you got to expect the unexpected. When you have people that say there's no rules, you agree with it, don't think it's only limited to what's ever in your thoughts. You have to ask the questions to say, okay, what does that mean to you? And then make a decision from there. So now, Mark comes in and tell the guys that there's a first elimination. And that means that they have to let some of the girls go off of the island. Corey, of course, being the nice guy that he is, said that they should eliminate the girls that didn't have a connection. However, Kendall said that being that he's in a position of leadership, he fires people at his job. It's easy for him in this case. So, you have to, if you're not carrying your weight or is no connections, you need to be eliminated. And so they eliminated Isabel, Katrina, and Lauren. And the ladies took it well. They walked off. They didn't make a big deal out of it. And I think one of the girls even said, hey, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Don't waste my time if I'm not making a connection, so I'll leave. So they took it in stride. However, on the other side of the island, the ladies had to eliminate, and they picked Tom, Evan, Rocky, and Trent. And that didn't go so well, because once they found out that they were being eliminated, they throw digs at the women. They said that they didn't want anything serious anyway. They barely remember their names. They started giving out relationship advice. And then, it really they were real pissed and upset that they got kicked off, especially Evan. Evan really put his 2 cents in before he left. And it was very disrespectful for what they said. This is a competition. It's a game show. It's a reality show. So people are going to be removed from the island, So, and it's good that Mark, he stepped in and stopped them before they could go any further. So later on, we now see Chelsea, who is suddenly Team Blake again. Because originally last week he was Blake the fake. Chelsea claims she pushed Blake away because she had feelings for him, but now wanted to let him in. And there was no explanation given as why Chelsea was over Blake being fake. I just hope that, eventually we get some type of clear idea of what changed her mind. Because if she really had some connection with this guy and then she saw that he wasn't being genuine and then she's back, she need to figure out why she made a choice like that. Then we see also Erin reconcile with Shaquille and admitted she pushed people away when she cared about them. Shaquille continued to be over the top, gave a speech about how much he so adored her. And, the thing is that this whole push and pull game, what Chelsea and Blake and Erin and is doing with Shaquille, it seems like game playing. And either way, they need to figure out what they want to do. If you want to have a connection with them, build upon it and see where it goes. If not, leave these people be, because otherwise it look like you're playing games. Seriously. So, at the guys' villa, we see Kendall decided to give a pep talk to all the ladies and that they needed to turn it up. The ladies listened and things got crazy, because definitely Nicole, she was so excited, and Alexis was skinny dipping and started to make out in front of everyone. I did not put those clips in this video, but if you want to see that, you can always reference the show. And then to top it off, Alexis asked Nicole if she wanted to spend the night with her and Kendall. And I'm assuming that Nicole is officially over Corey, because remember, she had a connection with Corey, but she agreed. And this is where we see Kendall involved in yet another Bonfire clip to, of course, Erica's going to see it. And, it's a pretty interesting situation. And, for him to, on national TV with a threesome and you got a whole girlfriend on the other side, it looks bad. The next morning, the girls were freaking out when they found out that Nicole and Alexis hooked up with Kendall in a threesome. Alexis confessed what happened last night was out of her comfort zone, but it was nice to try something new. And Alexis is trying real hard to impress him, it seems. But with her bragging and Kendall bragging to Julian, it looks really bad. So back on the other side, we see Erica crying to Kristen about what she saw at the previous bonfire regarding Kendall. When Mark shows up into the villa and gave a warning to the ladies to prepare for another bonfire. And of course, Erica was like, hey, she couldn't see anything worse than what she saw at the last bonfire. Yeah, well, it gets worse, Erica. And she definitely will see that when she get there. These bonfires are coming across quick. In the previous seasons, there usually is some time in between each of them. But the girls arrive, and the first person that's up is Chelsea. And Chelsea watched Julian tell Thomas that she was a hypocrite for flirting. Chelsea wondered what Thomas could be so upset about, because the worst thing she did was just dancing. Yeah, I mean, he let Nicole kiss him on the face, and it's just let me know what you guys think about that. Those two are an interesting couple. Then we see a clip of Aaron telling Nicole and discussing their theory that Aaron was on the show just to get rid of Corey. And Aaron was upset when she saw that. She had given that impression off. And she said, and she felt differently about Corey now than when she first came to the island. Mark reminded her, however, at the end of this, Corey still have the same traits that bothered her, which was why she brought him, to the island in the first place. I don't know if these two people are going to stay together, because their lifestyles are vastly different. She's an athlete. He's more low-key and everything. I'm curious to see what the end of this season is going to look like. Now, Erica's turn, and we all know what she saw before, but I can guarantee she didn't expect to see this. And they showed her the clip of Kendall hooking up with Nicole and Alexis. Erica observed that basically this is the new norm to watch Kendall have sex with someone every week. Mark asked if there anything Kendall could do to win her back, and Erica was like, absolutely not. The question is she going to stick to it? Because as we've seen from previous seasons, folks go back. They still have love for these people. So we'll see what she'll do. And then lastly, Kristen watched Julian sitting alone crying in his room. This got her upset because she felt bad that she wasn't there for him. But when Mark asked her again why she was here, Kristen started crying and saying she knows she needs to work on herself and open up, but it's hard for her. And this is something on the first time on the show that has been seen. Mark went and actually sat next to Kristen to comfort her. He asked her again what had happened. And last week, Kristen shared that she had a very traumatic event, which she lost her brother and due to an overdose. And it was, she really broke down, and it was so sad to hear. And, hopefully Kristen can get the clarity and peace that she needs to move forward with or without Julian. All right, so let's do our post notification shout out. If you want to be shouted out, drop a comment down below and I will see you and shout you out. The first one goes to Tamara A. Thank you so much for engaging in the channel, and I'm glad you enjoyed the review. Thank you for the comment. I really appreciate it. And then RXTSEC1. Thank you as well for your comment. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon.